Alright, it is time again for, what are we doing here? The infinite open world. We're going to create an asset for Unity, which is a fantastic game engine, in my humble opinion. No, it is arguably a good game engine. So where were we? I think the first thing I'm going to do today is write a quick shader here based on the curved world shader. So that's no big deal. All you got to do is create shader, and then you do the standard surface shader here. And then you have the standard surface shader, like when you pick it out in the inspector. And we're going to call it dirt. I never know. Standard plus curve. Good. Surface shader did curved world. So, oh wow. Here we have it, the curved one, and what changed from the episode before is what I did off stream. I just exposed here the curvature and deleted everything we had in our infinite world script, because the simple reason is I don't want the designer to get bogged down by this. What the heck is this? What the heck is that? So what we're going to do is we're going to have the standard plus curve. So when they have a prefab here, when they're using this, and they look at the material there, because they start the game, right? And they see the tile that is there, the default, that was just made for this asset. And they think, oh, I could base things on this. This could be great, right? This could be amazing. It's a nice world, and maybe I could do... How would this look if I would use my dirt texture on this? So, and then they go there, and then they say, I cannot put my... Well, I guess I could here. Put the dirt texture. But then, how can I... Well, there are things missing. And in the default shader, there are not things missing. At least... that's what we think how it works. Let's try it. Standard shader plus custom standard plus curve. There we go. So that's what we thought, and actually is not needed. Good. Well, we could for the... Oh, what the heck is this? Made a mistake there in the thingy. Good. I think the curved shader is already the standard plus curved. I mean, they do have taken over here the surface standard, so this derives from it. The only difference is they also have the vertex something there. Whoops. Vertex, verge, add shadow. Yeah, I don't know what this all does. So we're not going to write a new shader. That's a relief, actually. So we wanted to just take the curvature and the trimming in this code over to the standard shader, but apparently this is what's already happening. Good. Curved world. So the only thing we did there off stream was add the curvature to the properties, and now it's exposed. And we're not going to do anything in script anymore. If a person wants to deal with things, and now this is now wants to deal with this, they just can here mess with the curve, and this looks in game like a so. Also, we can have this not maximized, so you can see the difference. Good. If we mess with this curve, then the world here, as you can see in the scene view a little bit better, the world nicely curves. Good. And I wonder what happens if we put this curved shader on the capsule as well. Dun, dun, dun. Why is it not going down? Sure, current material. Shader. Standard. Oh, this is the wrong. Current. Yeah, we're not having the capsule selected. We do. Well, because the camera is there. If the camera was somewhere else, then why am I not allowed to grab and move? I have the grab and move, man. I have it selected. Just want to move it out. And now it sits down. Good. But what if the camera was reset? It also sits down now. Good. If we hit game and play around with it, then we see that this actually works. Good. Now the only issue is we cannot do this by code. We would have to put the shader here somewhere, and that is not what we're actually doing. Except we would have to do it. If we actually do this isometric view. Alright. Let's say we don't need the flat anymore. Metallic 03 smooth 9. And no texture. So what people are doing usually is making a prefab here with a character controller. We could do that real quick. But then again, we have to put it into the code and too much. We have to expose it as a public variable and then populate it in the inspector, and we don't want that. We want this to be for the designer and only for the designer. So if they do leave this open here, the host character prefab, then they get somebody to play around with. And otherwise, they have their own character controller. And if we have another public thingy here, then the alternative is have a resource folder. Don't want that either. There are too many folders already. This is like a fonts folder for no reason. Materials also no reason. Curved flat, we don't need this. But we want the character controller to look like that. So we're going to take these into account. Good. Another folder we don't need. The prefabs we need because it is some default tiles. We're going to add some more even. What if we take it from there? What if can we copy it? That would be great. Can we copy the material from a prefab? It's probably not possible because it's just a reference. If we define a variable, but we're gonna see. Infinite open world. And how does this thing know? Oh, it takes from... it takes from there. Wait a minute. Instantiate. Default tile prefab. Oh. Yeah, we have nothing here. We need... the easiest thing is to expose it. We would have to. Oh, that's terrible. Let's put it at the end somewhere. Terrible. Can we fix this? Cannot think of a way. Get it easier reference script, and then we hide everything in there. Door public. Material. Test material. Alright, that easily enough, this can be deleted. Is this how it works? Let's see. Bomb, bomb, beam, bomb. Good. Curvature, test material, curved map. Define if curvature is wanted. Curvature. No, we want to get rid of this. And this must be up there. Good. See how much code is unnecessary, really. Tiles area test as define a container. Alright, sure. Header. Copy, paste. This is used for all default prefabs if left undefined. Default prefabs if default prefabs if left undefined. Sure. I don't know if this is clear. Possibly not. All default prefabs. Character tiles if left undefined. Good, because we are doing tiles here, right? World container host character, default tile, 0 tile. Maybe define a random tile. Good. Test list. What the heck is this? Why do I have a test list here? Define visibility, define. This is used. Find your map height. Where's this test list coming from? Public list, tiles area, test list. Oh yeah, alright, okay. This is going to get populated by the tiles area. This list. And thereby must be hidden. Infinity enabled. Why is this hidden? This must go infinity map true. Oh, wait, what? Yeah, we're not using this. I don't think we do. We have the boolean up here. Good, and that is the designer thinks, I'm gonna make a map that is going round like the planet there. Or they think, wait a minute, this is one level this is one map area in a bigger picture, or just maybe they don't even want infinity. They don't want the player to be able to walk, and then come back where they started. So they can check or uncheck this, and just define how big the map is, and have the tiles instantly created or not. And we're going to change this up. This is going to the speed of creation. How many tiles per frame? Good. Instant creation of tiles. Might like. Speed of tile creation per frame. And this is going to be an int. Zero is instant. Because 0 per frame doesn't work. 0 means instant. Good. Speed of tile creation per frame 0. Got so much to do. Creation speed. Good. And then we're going to find instant create. Instant creation. Oh man. But it's only those 4. Good. Create all. And we're not going to say if not instant creation, you can return 0. But we're going to say for each. No. If to define something here in the create all. And that is going to be an integer. This is going to be a little bit complicated. But it's fine, maybe. Task created per frame. Equals 0. Good. So we're going to create the tiles created per frame. There is a tile being created, and if tiles created per frame equals creation speed, then yield return 0, but we want a little bit more, unfortunately, here. This is really unfortunate, because I like fast code and this is slow. In terms of reading the code, and here's many lines of code you have to read, but it's fine. Yield return 08. Here it goes. And then task created per frame gets zeroed out. Good. Create tile, do this and that. Copy. Really quickly. This makes it more complicated. and harder to read, but it adds a ton of functionality. Because we don't know how much the... Oops. Only assignment... Oh, the 130. Oh, yeah. Yep, of course. Double equal sign instead of single equal sign. Good. Because the designer will think, hey, I have a super complicated tile, but the computer is probably good enough to make 2 without lagging. So they're going to say creation speed 2 tiles per frame. Good. And if the tiles created per frame is 0... Oh, we have to take this into account. If it's equal, set to 0. So we go up 1. Tiles created per frame. We're going to skip this all. If creation speed is 0, of course, equals this, and creation speed not equal 0. Wonder if we could just stack it on top like we sometimes do, like we do here. It's a different style and it's a good style because what? Yeah. Alright. Good. So if creation speed not equal 0, then you execute this code block. Otherwise, everything is instant. Good. That's a little bit easier. Easier to read, in my opinion. Good. It's easier to read for me, that works. Because the designer is not supposed to look at that code even, we're going to go through that code in the script that we're going to read out for the YouTube video to tell people what this is all about. Good, but yeah, they're going to say creation speed. Oh, we have to give it a range. Or we could just no, we give it a range. Oh, not in the header. Range between 0 and I don't know, 20. Good. Alright, let's see how this goes. The minus 71 should vanish. It should be 0. Yes. So this is instant now. Let's see if we get 20 tiles instantly created. Yes. We're inside of the... we're inside of the player character controller. That's why we see our not curved shader there. If we go out, it's fine. If we go further in, it's also fine. Also, we can go a bit up if we want to. This is just how zooming in and out works. Good. So this was instantly created. Let's not maximize immediately. Let's instead play unfocused. And then we say boom. And then we see this instantly created. And if we say creation speed 3, then this would be 3 tiles per derp. Pop, 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 pop. Also quickly. Super quickly. And if we go into the shader and say, well, into the material, I guess, and say, hey, I want a flat map. And we must this is there. And then say this is going to be freaking huge. Like, for example, way too much. Then 3 per frame could be good to do. And it's still getting created fast enough for intents and purposes. Because we don't know how fast the designer wants it to be created. Maybe they have one tile that is so complicated with 1 million game objects inside that they say, hey, wait a minute. We have 1 tile per frame, alright? 1 tile per frame. Here. Alright, and then it goes slow like this. Pop, 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 pop. And as you can see, it's really slow. If we had a character spawn here, they would see the map getting created. All immersion would be broken. So that's no good. What if we manipulate this like that? This is dynamic. Ah, it's just created. Boom, it's done. Oh no, it breaks actually. If you put it to 0 during runtime. Oops. Wonder if we can add this functionality without compromising too much of what we're trying to do here. And task frame not equals 0. 0 return. No. I don't know. Oh, we were done? Not sure now. Let's do creation speed 1. And then set it to 0, see what happens if it breaks or not. Oops. Whoops. Stack Overflow. Oh no, it did it? Oh, it did it. Not Stack Overflow, it works. I thought we had an infinite loop. 25. 0. It's done. So it just works. That's nice. That is very good. That is amazing. Right, so let's pretend to be the designer. Go infinite map, yes or no. What? We have the wrong header. Good. This is what exactly? Player character will end up where they started in a looping infinite world. Copy. Infinite world like a planet. Good. Copy. Like a planet. Player character will end up where they started. Character moving in a direction will end up where they started in a looping infinite world like a planet. I cannot describe it any shorter, unfortunately. They're moving in the direction. This is the best description I can come up with. There's everything in it that needs to be in there. Player character moving in a direction will end up where they started, in a looping infinite world, like a planet. Oh, I can imagine this now. Infinite map. Good, and I can turn it off. But does it do something? Yeah, of course it does do something. With 25 tiles, they're gonna get created real fast, like 5 tiles a frame. Boom, beep, boom. And here we are. Since we don't have any curvature, the game does not complain about... Oh, it does complain about, see? About being inside of the collider. Oh, it takes a good while until we reach the edge of the map. But since it's not infinite, we're in trouble now. We can fall down here if we're not careful. This is incidentally the Minecraft flying, is it? Not quite. Good, and what if we click infinite here? Whoop, immediately the map's centered around the player. So that is dynamic as well. Sweet. Man, oh man, this is a good asset. I would download this. I would pay $5. How much are you gonna ask for this? Don't know. Speed of tile creation per frame, so it means instant. This is the size. Define your map height. That is important. But we're going to explain this somewhere else. And that is actually something very complicated we should be doing today. Because the colliders, they're needed. And if you have a default prefab here, and you have your own, then that collider gets added in. But what if you replace this with a random tile, for example? We have to clean up a lot of code down there. Good, but first, define the XZ size of your tile prefabs. Yes. Because if we do something like 5, and we have the 3x3 tiles, then we will have a gap in between each tile, like so. Which is also quite cool. Look how this looks. But yeah. This is something you could do. Then is the question, could this be not a real number? And is it a good idea? Here's a bad idea. Define visibility in tiles. -1 means unlimited visibility. And the game says that's a bad idea. So if the visibility is only 3 tiles, and we jump around, then we're only going to see 3 tiles next year. It's nice and dynamic, like anything in this code. Wah, don't drop. It's already a game. It's already a platformer. Oh dear. Good. Well, this is a game engine. We shouldn't be surprised. So if we have the visibility like 15 tiles, just to show this off once more. Boop. Good. But that is the unity meters. Here the 14 unity meters. It's not actual tiles because the tile size is 3. And the size of the prefabs is supposedly be 5 unity meters. Maybe we should have map height all size, the speed of creation. Tell you what, with the map height, we're gonna leave it as unit meters. All yeah, it's all in unit meters probably. All sizes. Should we say metrics? All measurements are in unity meters. Good. Save. Good. And when you put down a cube, oh man.
I reign supreme
Again. So when you put down a cube, that cube is going to be 1 square meter. And it's going to be a unity meter. Amatos, good to see you. Good to see you. I thought it was the fat cat coming in, reigning supreme again. But it is you. Good to see you. We're not playing the glitch, man. We are coding a little bit here, an asset for the Unity game engine. That is pretty nice. Good, and this is how it looks now. Do we have a visibility? Let's say we have the visibility at -1, that is good. It's a slim cat. Aha, that's good. It is not the fat cat, it is the slim cat Amatus. Good, but I know you. You have a regular body size. Looking great there. It's me, slim cat. Good. So, but what we don't want here is probably telling the designer that something is a bad idea. Define visibility means unlimited visibility. Well, the designer needs to know themselves that that is a bad idea. If they have a complicated map, then it is better to let those things pop in and hide the popping in by something like fog. Good. Container is briefly empty. We did that. This is used for all default prefabs if left undefined. Or the test material. That is right. The test material. This is used for all default prefabs if left undefined. For all. For above default prefabs if left undefined. Good. This is just the test material. I'm sure they can understand that we do have a test material. We will have a test material, a shader, and a font here in the end. Good. Curved. This should be standard plus curved. Standard. Standard with a T or with a D? I never know. Standard plus curved is the name of this material, and the curved world is a shader. That's good. And let's put it into here and make sure to spell it real bad. Standard plus curved. Standard plus curved shader. Material. Good. And we are going to give it to the tiles. That means the default tiles in the prefabs don't need a material. Dum, bum, bum, bum. None. But we gave everything a material here. What is the standard material that Unity gives them? When we have a cube. Game object, cube. Default material. Is there such a thing? Maybe we only cannot read here. Default material. That's a bit better. Good. Dun, 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 dun. Going to do this by code. Default material. What's going on here then with the shader? Shader standard, default material. Standard plus curved material. Select. This is the texture. But where is the material? Is this not that here? Where did we put the standard material in default material? Where were we allowed to define this? Good question. Materials. Possibly here. Default material. Good. And if we do it here. Default material. Yep, that works correctly. Default material. And then we override it here in the prefabs. Whoop. And then we can kill it. And now we have the default material. Good. It's very bright as well. Good, what about this one? Same deal. Let's just quickly fix this. Giving the default material here everywhere. Good. Default material. And then we copy it over. And then we're also going to do another thing here. Prefab. Unpack. We're going to make it a new one. Going to say a lowered tile size 1 going to put it to minus 10 meters. Good. Why not? And this is how it looks now. Don't need that anymore. We could then say, for example, the default, the 0 tile could be the lowered tile. And now we have to deal with all this stuff there. If you have a lowered tile, let's unpack this. Prefab. And we're going to say in 2 meters height. You are. What is a bit disconcerting is this is so bright. But it doesn't matter, we're gonna give it a material by code. Alright, a little bit up higher. And the size is exactly 2. Let's do that. Good. Except here, of course, we're in 0.2. And this is raised tile. Raised tile size 2 by 2. Make sure this is that. Going to make it a, and we can say size 2 by 2 exact. Good, and this is a default tile. Size 3 by 3. There's a default tile size 1 by 1. And it is 1, what? Is a bit higher, no reason. Lowered tile is lowered by 10, which is probably too much. Let's just do 5 meters. Good, and the raised tile is 2. Wonderful. And now we're going to deal with the code. Alright, and the idea is to have a tiles area here and define this. Give your area a name if you want. We could say, for example, surrounded hole, right? And we can create it, I don't know, at the in the beginning of the map. Why not? And this is the bottom left coordinates. Good. How many tiles? The area is wide, and it's going to be just 3 wide. Good. And how many tiles the area is long? Wait a minute, do we have to do this actually? Because we're going from left to right and then up. And then all tiles of the area. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we can put in something like the first 3 is just the 3 by 3s. No, we're going to do the 2 by 2s exact. Just going to surround a hole. Good. And then comes the next one, and then comes the hole with the lowered. And then comes the little bit raised 2 by 2 exact for the rest of it. And if we start this at -1 and -1, we should have it exactly in the middle. Good. Now how are we going to implement this? And this is completely invisible here. In the end, we're going to write a little bit of an editor script. So here in the infinite open world, we're going to have prefab, scenes, scripts, and in the assets, we're going to have an editor folder. It is what it is. Good, we could do this here already. Create, editor, and then we can have scripts inside and such. Right, but where were we? New material, fine, shader, standard, create test character, good. We don't have to do this anymore. But we can... Yeah, we don't have to do this at all. For the test character, we can just take the material that is there. Get complete measurement material equals mat. Mat equals what we got there. What's it called again? Damn it. Test materials. Dun, 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 dun. I think it was called test material. Material equals test material. Color red. Yeah, we're gonna make it red. And we're going to make it 0.95 with the smoothness. Good. Oops. And that is the same as glossiness, don't get confused. And 0.35. And this is F's. Good. And color red. I don't think this is red, is this? No. This is something else. What would red be? Oh, it can be red. It can be red, it's fine. Still looks good. Do we have a special texture? No. In this material. Flat material, standard shader. Oh, yeah. Standard plus curved. We have this thing. And it's fine, alright. So we can delete the flat. Good. Color red, metallic this, source character, Good. And now we have a similar thing for the tile creation. A material. Oh. Yeah. Just give it the material. Tense on position, get component. Material equal test material. Add component. Mesh renderer material. Good tile. When do we do this? In the end, we're gonna slap it on. And we have to slap it on to all of the children as well. Tile. Get component. And then for each transform. Child in, what is this? In tile. And then child get component. Good. And then we're gonna put this everywhere. To equal mat? That's wrong. Test material. And do we need the mat up there? Yeah, because we're doing things to it. Good. See if this works. So if it throws an error, of course it throws an error. Name material does not exist in 182. Good. Oh, we cut it out? So dumb. Material. Mat is a test material. What's wrong now? For each statement cannot operate in front of stuff game object because game object does not contain a public instance. Alright, sure. 215. You don't like it? Transform. Cannot operate this? So can you not operate in this? Alright, now let's see if that worked or not. It did. And we're falling nicely down. And this is not the color we're looking for. Why we're making this so red, like the controller? That is madness. Test material. Standard plus curved. Why are you so red? This is what we had before. And should we not make it funky like this? Doesn't matter what we do here, it looks fantastic. Good. And this is not actually what we're going for. Why is this the same? This is only for the... Oh, it doesn't... changes everything now. Want to change it individually. So if we change the material, that's rough. Material color red. How do we do this? I mean, it looks great for testing purposes. And again, we're inside of the thing. So this has nothing to do with the shader or anything. If the camera is inside, then we're gonna get a little bit of an artifact. But alright. Looking good. How do we change the color? Individually. Change the color of the material color. We have to research this. Unity, change color of material, single object. Some noob like me had the same problem, we're sure of that. There we go. Material property block. Is he being funny? This is a color pick in the component inspector, much like you would one material. How old is this? 2017. Color is part of the material. So if you change the color, any object using that material will have the color changed. Technically, it's not possible to do it in code either. You get the illusion that you can because you get a copy of the material for you behind the scenes. Good. So anyway, if you want two objects to have different colors, you need two different materials. Material instantiate resources here. I know. We don't want the resource folder. That is the thing. Get component material colors. This way, because the material is unique only to the game, then you can just change it. Or just a color, tint color, color green. Good. You could create the object in runtime. Instance material, you could change the color. This is wrong, isn't it? Best way to use is copy the existing material and change the color. Maybe you're using one material. So this guy then. 4 not found. Genius. Material property block. Property block. Interesting. Block of material values to apply. Materials used by graphics renders the property. We want to draw multiple of the same material but slightly different properties. This is exactly what we need. Fantastic. Good. How do we grab this? Good, we have this instantiated, and now we want a new property block. Material property block. New material property block. Why? Set the material. Apply the material block. Get component machines set property block. Alright. Then we're going to do exactly that. Right, test material. This is for the character. And that all we're going to have the map be. Material, test material. We have the material, that's nice. And now we create a material property block. What the heck is this, man? Oh, they have... Terrible. There are a lot of space, blank spaces now. Get rid of them. Good, create a new material property block. Material property block? Why are we not recognizing this keyword? Property block, a new material property block. And then we have a question there. It's in Unity engine. Nobody uses this. And this is so good. Set a random color in the material property block. We don't need to state the obvious. Set a random color in the property block. Set color. Color red. Oh, why not give it a random color? Why not, actually? And then we apply it. Material. This would be a new material, probably. No. It has a material. New object, get component. That's right, host character. Get component, set property block, property block. Why is there a blank space? Good. Create primitive, mesh render material is the material, and then going to set the property block, and then we do all the other shenanigans we do to it. Set color is nice. But we're going to set the floats as well. We just assume this works like that. We don't know for sure. Let's see. Set float, get float, get float. Set float, set a float property. Should, if they stick to the naming convention, probably they will. Color, yeah, we give it a random color. HSV, don't know what that means. It's gonna be good enough. Probably a color that does not mess with the alpha, but this is just a guess. Let's see if the code, no? Random is an ambiguous term from Unity engine, random is system random. That's too bad. Because this code is taken directly from the example. Unity random color. Give me a different code, please. Not this one. But it is. Random color. This is not working. This is a particular engine and system random. We assume it wants the Unity engine, so Unity engine, why not? Good. Alright, now. How do we go? We're still red because we haven't changed our default. Standard plus curved material. To something different. Let's make it nice and blue. Check it out in the prefabs. Oh, am I doing runtime now? Cannot check it out in the prefabs. Can only check it out here. Well, I suppose that's good enough. We don't want it to gloss at all. And we don't want it to be smooth at all. Maybe we want it to be smooth and gloss a little bit. Like that. Alright, sure. Good. There we go. Let's maximize. Good. Wait, now a fantastic ball. Can we go a little bit further down? No? Maybe up? Good, this is a nice third-person view. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, can we hit this and not go down? Yes. Small 1x1 thing. This is 1x1 and the capsule is so big. Even though it's half the size. Good. And this is the random color of our capsule here. Now we will implement a little bit more of the controls. Like the isometric camera. And yeah, and I'm well aware that isometric is not all that is bird view. It's probably just the 45 degrees, but not an expert here, just guessing. We could look it up, but we're not. Good, this is great. This works fantastic. So we have to implement the design thing here, the tiles area, and more of the control scheme. What time is it? 1 hour. That's good. And that's to prove, just to prove that we have a random color every time now with this color. Good. It's quite ugly. It looks terrible. Alright. It doesn't matter. It's just for testing purposes. Maybe we should just make it red, honestly. Color red. Copy. Come on, let's be reasonable. And now it's going to look like we defined before. Yep. Good. Boing. The red capsule is jumping around. Nice jump and run game here. Wonderful. How have you defined the default stuff? 5@1, map height, tile size. 3x3. We can connect it up again so it's together. But yes. Host character preview we don't have, a world container we don't have. It's gonna create one for us. Lower tile size. Let's test this actually, we never tested this. We can have him create empty and we're going to say Super Wario level. Good, and then we're going to the main camera and we're defining this as a container and then bloop. All the world should end up in here. And it does. Good. And our capsule is outside of it, which is fine. So that also works nicely. Good. Missing. Say none. and default. Good. Actually, just stalling now because there is so much to do. It's a bit rough to do. Also over shoulder. This is not necessary over shoulder. This is first person, third person. So that would be first/third person. That's going to be a lot of code here for the controller, but we want this to be very comfortable to test for the designer who makes these levels. Why? Because it's probably going to be ourselves here. We're going to use this asset and nobody else. No, we should make this as comfortable as we want it for ourselves, and then if somebody else uses this, they will enjoy just as much as we do. And if we don't enjoy this, then it's for nobody. And since we do enjoy it, I think this is the right way of going forward. Good. Making this as comfortable as possible to use. Isometric character view. We could do bird/character view. First person there. Yeah, this is way better. Control plus Q. Or we could define just another button. Let's say V for view. Why not? In a regular game, we're probably gonna do something like Control Q. Something like that. Because a keyboard user will want to have the V for something else. Like X-ray vision, for example, or whatever. Good. Something I need to use quickly. While the change of the bird view to the character view, they're probably not going to have to do quickly. If they really are in a character view, and it is an action-packed game and they want to see around the corner, they quickly press the Q and then they have the third person. And then they can look around the corner and then go back to first person if they want to. It's better for aiming as Control Q. I guess they could do Control Q quick as well. Probably. But that is overthinking. Good. So what is the next item on the to-do list? Implement these two things, or implement the creation of the map. I think that's maybe better. Material, test material, property block. Property block. This all. Host character. If we need to create it, this is all going to happen. And this is very readable. Good. Just a small cylinder using the legacy input controls. Using legacy input controls. The legacy input controls? No. Legacy input controls because they are different every time. They're just using the legacy system in the Unity. Good, we're creating tiles. And this is the big block that we need to change. We take courses. Tiles area. Tiles area has code as well. populate this list with prefabs, which will be instantiated from bottom left to right, bottom to top. Public list game objects. All tiles of area. And then we should subscribe ourselves. In the start. Void start. We're going to grab the list in the infinite open world. So camera main get component infinite open world and then we grab the list and then we add. What's the name of the list again? List tiles area test list. Let's not name this test list. Tiles area is going to be all areas. Good. All areas. Why not? It's fine. All areas. Add. This, I guess. Good. Let's see how it goes. So if we run this now, and look at the infinite open world, no, at the camera and the script there, and don't tell me it's not public, and it's hidden in the inspector as well. Yeah. Good. Let's unhide it in runtime. The reference script and behavior is missing. What? All areas, then we see we have this referenced. And the script, not the game object, the script. Which is just what we want. Good. If this doesn't matter. We could even do it again. And check the camera out. All areas, there we go. Now, if we duplicate this, then we're going to have two of them. Whoop. Capsule, camera, 1 and 0. And they are going to get created, but that code we have to write. Write it down. I mean, actually, let's leave this because we want to see what happens if we overwrite a tile. If we have double the derp. And yeah, this works perfectly. So no need to expose it in the inspector. Good, create tile. Blueprints, this all. I think everything here needs to be rewritten. Blueprints here. For each charge, get up. Instantiate. And this is the coordinates. Blueprints here. So if we contain tiles area, and tiles area is what exactly? Define whenever we want. It has a list of game objects, all tiles of area. All tiles of tiles area. All tiles of area. So we have to access this. We should do this only if all areas Can we get the length immediately? Length, this is how it works. Like, gosh, these lists. Lists and arrays, they all, this one is length and the other one is something else. Length. Is that how it works? We do not know. Print all areas. Just for testing purposes to see how this goes. Nope. List does not contain different for length. Good. Lowercase spelling then? No. Wait, what? Length. Is it size? Unity list OP. Lists and dictionaries. Oh man, can't list menu and scripting. Where is it? List class, generic. Oh, this is Microsoft. Yikes. May have voted for Unity up. Is anything part of standard C# is not. Right, sure. Oh my god. Inheritance, yep. Read only, numeral remarks. Constructors. Capacity count. Gets the number of elements. Alright. Count me in. We press play and then we should get all of this. But not constantly. Why are we getting this constantly? It should be only 9. Oh, this is for every this is for every tile created. Alright. Alright, so this fires. Print. Actually print the count. We want to know how much it is. It's 2 items. It should give us the number 2 here. 50 times. Or more. Why so much? Good. So if the count is high, that means we check. For each tile area. Tiles area. A in all areas. If a, and then it says something like coordinates. Oh. Yeah. I think we were thinking here differently. We're trying to create tile. We're trying to call create tile with the tiles areas. So making this inside of the create tile is maybe not the best idea. So what we could do is another one of these. No. What we could do is something completely different. Could do a public void create area, and it doesn't take anything as of yet in terms of arguments. And then we do, or we always say areas, create areas. And then we can say for each tiles area in all areas, we have an if statement. Huh? No, we will run through print run. Good. I wonder if it would do this. Good. If all areas blueprints here, no. Start. Create tile. The center tile is created. That's the problem. Which one comes further, on enable or start? It comes before. Unity on enable or start first. Good. Making such a call once and enable will be called every time. For making such a execution order. Awake on enable before the first frame update. Start. Only if the script instant is enabled. Oh, what are we doing here? That means on enable. I want this in. Good. That means in the start, we can run the create areas method. Good. Blueprints are built. I don't know. Blueprinted Designer, map, level designer. Blueprints. Blueprints make tiles from blueprints. Level designer tiles are created from blueprints. Good. All areas can create areas. Center tile is created. Good. Create tile. And then there is also here a big list. Create tile 00. Where are we putting this? In the world grid. Good. Good. So we create tiles, then we create a tile. And if all areas got no world grid. If world grid, oops, contains, oh dear, new vector. That's rough now. We don't like to do this, but we're doing it now. Chord X. And chord Z. Then print. Oh, just return for now, so we don't double up. 1, 2, 3. Tile. Replacing code goes here. Good. What grid contains we just return, because then we already have something. Right. For each tiles random, create areas. Let's see if this actually works. No. Expected a parenthesis in 216. We forget this. Sure. What now? 216, another one? Oh yeah, it contains. Oh, what now? It's not arguing a comparison type of string comparison character. World grid contains. Unity list contains code. List contains problem. Shouldn't use for each. Alright. An update. Shouldn't use for each an update. How dare you? Dude. Is contained. What? Checklist. List of name. For new name class. Bool is contained to be tested. Huh? Unity. Check if list has item. Checked already exists in list. You have contains function. That is exactly what we're trying to use here. Contains. So what is our mistake there? Contains. contains. World grid. Where is our world grid? Add. World grid values. Oh. Alright. Also, where is the frickin' world grid? Find previous. Here. Dictionary Victor 2. Oh, is it dictionary? What are we doing? Is it dictionary? So dumb. Alright. Good. For each word grid key contains no, that's not how it works. I have to go to Unity, thank goodness. Unity dictionary contains key. We need some sample code here. Oh, Microsoft again. Well, contains key it is then. Not key contains. Contains key. And then you want a parentheses and thing inside. Good. If contains. Alright, let's see. Play. Any errors? Tiles area. Tiles area. Script tiles area. Returns the name of the script. Interesting. So what we could do is this and see if this works really quickly. Tiles area, area name surrounded hole. Copy. Just for testing purposes here, real quick. Print object. That does not work. Does not work. Doesn't like this at all. Tiles area A in all areas. Print a.name. Why is it not going? Maybe it's not name. Maybe it's area name. Good. Really quickly. We don't need to do this. We just want to see this result. Just for fun. Good. No. Run surrounded hole, run copy. Good. What was it before? Something else. Alright, wonderful. Now, create areas. They're going to create this. We're going to run create tile. In this for each loop, we're going to have another for each loop. We're probably going to have the creation speed here again. Because this runs the create tile as well. Going to have a lot of this in the for each loop. Let's copy some of it. For each tiles area A in all areas. For each. And then we have prefabs, don't we? What was this now? Something there happened weird. For each game object, tile again, T in, what's it called? Something like all tiles of area. All tiles of area. For each game object T in all tiles of area, going to create tile. What's going on here? And this is where is going, so the coordinates. We should take them out. So tx equals int tx equals t get component tile features. No, this is wrong. Because we're going from left to right, aren't we? For each tiles area, going from left to right. Ah, that means we have to do a lot of stuff inside of here. And then there was another thing we were thinking about. If we create the tile here, then this is from prefabs. Otherwise, then this all. Good. If tile equals 0, we're going to bring the tile, aren't we? If tile not equals 0, then we instantiate the tile, and then is good. So we're going to bring the tile in here. So this is going to be T, the prefab. T prefab, we should say. It's a bit more readable. It doesn't cost us anything. Does area A in all areas. Here we're going to say we're going to define a start coordinate. It's going to be a vector 2. Start coordinate equals a, what are you called? Bot left coordinates. A bot left coordinates. Good. This is the start coordinates. And then we just need the width, which is great because here we have an area length. The area is long in the z-axis, we don't actually need this. I don't think. Because we're going from left to right. And then when the width is reached, we're going further until we run out of room. So we don't need this, which is great. And we're stopping when the end of the list is reached. Very easy peasy. Good. Start coordinates is this. And then we need an int And the width. Width. This should be the area width. Area width. Good. And area width equal a dot area width. Yep. Da, 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 da. Good. And this is the maximum. And then for each init, we're just going brut, 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 brut. And here we have a similar thing, don't we? Create tile. Start coordinate. Current coordinate. Is... oh yeah, it is the same. Area width. Then the tx is going to be this. Oh no, is where we're currently at. Current coordinate. Yeah, we don't need this. We can say current coordinate x and then we can say current coordinate y. Good. And then when we have it created, we move up the current coordinate. Alright, current coordinate equals is down here. Current coordinate equals no. Oh, it's going to be a new vector every time. Whoops. New vector 2. And that would be too easy. So we do need in the end tile x int and a ty int. And that equals don't know. Current coordinates plus tx equals current coordinate x plus 1. That's easy enough. If current coordinate x is below the area width. We can read this out every time, probably. Could be. And is this not in there? For each test area. Good. What are you doing? Right. Mm-hmm. This is a lot of code. Good, for each. So this is that for each, this is this for each, and that would be the create areas. Perfect. Now continue. If current coordinate is bigger than a area width, or smaller rather, then we go up, and elsewise tx equals start coordinates and that is readable x. Good, and then the current coordinate is a new vector 2, and that is going to be tx and ty. But what if we reach the end of it? If current is but elsewise we need to do one more thing here, and that is advance the ty. Ty plus. Easy poop easy. Also, can we here not do tx plus plus? I do not actually know, and we will not try. Maybe we'll try when this code is incorrect, but there's an error. We expect something. 213? Yes. Good. And then we expect another thing. 234. Therefore. And then what is going on? The name all tiles of area does not exist. In 215. In all tiles of area. Good. Maybe it will exist now. I'm going to run current convert from float to int. 217 expecting a float. Create tile. What? Current coordinate x is a float. Huh. That is dumb. It's terrible we have to do this like that now. Good. What else is going on? Name tiles created per frame does not exist. Oh yeah, 218. And now we have to deal with this block that we just copied over. Tiles created per frame. So we have a similar thing we have up there. Int tiles created per frame equals 0. Create areas. We can have it here. No, let's start coordinates. Int tiles created per frame. Good. But do we have to put it there? I don't think so. Tiles created per frame. Boom. I think we have to put it here. And tiles created per frame. Good. And then tiles created per frame goes up. If creation did not equal 0, we yield return null. Wait a minute, this is not a derp. Where is the I enumerator create all? Create the workers as many rooms as their tasks. No problem. We can make it into a core routine. I think that would work. Good. Create all is getting called here in the same thing. In the start. Good. Create all. Otherwise, create areas. Oops. Bit of an error there. Good. Create areas. Create all. This is a coroutine. Let's give it a big capital there. Because it's so different. If all is up, create areas. Public void, create areas. Good. Now, creation speed, task created per frame goes up. After we created the tile. Good, then we deal with this. And then we have... Should we comment this all? Because there's a lot of code and not much comment. Maybe later. Int tx ty. Speed of creation. Waiting frames after a certain number of objects have instantiated. Good. Waiting frames? Waiting a frame after a certain number of objects have instantiated. Good. Task return 0 if task creation speed return 0. Good. Easy peasy. That's what this block is about. Create a task frame. We hate to interrupt this. Block. But we create the tile and then we wait a moment. This is readable. Hope you can hear the music. It's really good. Good, we commented a little bit. And then we have this and that. Right, current coordinate. And this is just temporary here. Let's see what Unity says. Invalid token void 216. I enumerator void is of course not working. Character implicit convert float to int again 240. If wait, but you don't need to do it here. Wait. I mean, we could just say this, yeah, F. No, we cannot say this here. Cannot do it, we do it for you. It's typecast simply. Good, what? Use of unassigned local variable ty. 243. But what is this? Oh. We have to take in account how many times we went upwards. So this one starts at bot left coordinate y. And then we go up. So we could put this all in here. Maybe. Maybe. Equals. But left coordinates at the start. So start coordinates y, and it's gonna complain. Let's make it an inch, typecast it into an inch, and see what goes. Alright, now for the logic of it. We go upwards one as soon as we hit it. And that's cool. That's cool. Let's see what happens. We're bound to have forgotten something. Or did we? This looks like it's in the wrong spot. This looks like the width is wrong. It did do it, but the width is wrong for some reason. Just interesting. Area width is 3. That's a little bit of a logic error. But otherwise, looking good. Otherwise, looking real good. If we look from here, this is where we dropped in. So it started doing it, but then it started doing it just too soon and weird. So we're going only twice for some reason. Current coordinate plus 1. We create it at the current coordinate. Hopefully. Yeah. And then at the tile's creation speed, let's put it to 1, even though that probably doesn't do anything. Oh, maybe it gets created at the same time is the problem. So we should wait for the coroutine to be done until the other coroutine goes. Yeah, that actually makes a ton of sense. Good. How do we do this? This is done, and then create all. How does one coroutine wait for the other to end? Unless we call it there. Good. Sorting order. Created from blueprints. Center tile is created as well. Let's have a create all. Let's have a map make void map make method. And this is probably not a good idea. I need a toothpick to think. Create tile here. Create tile there. And the problem now is we could simply stuff this at the end of the other coroutine, and that's probably what we're going to do simply. Create areas from blueprints. Every design tests are created from blueprints, and rest of map as per defined defaults. How about that? Good. And then we start create all after the other shenanigans. Create areas. So when we're done here, in the end, as many tiles as defined. In it, I created both directions. Good. Start coroutine, create all. Alright. Let's see if this is already sufficient. We do not know. And we do not know how it looks. So something should get created first, and then the rest gets created on top of it. Alright, so it probably wasn't even a problem. Also, where are we? Yeah, we are correct. We are correct down here. This looks fantastic. Yeah, it's a simple the math being off. B-bomb. Good, but we have these defined 1, 2, 3. 1 whole 3. 1, 2, 3. It's elements. And somewhere there's a logic error. Start, all areas, start coroutine, create areas. On enable, start coroutine, map move. On enable. Isn't that too soon? Map move. While infinity is on, yield returns 0. Oh no, while this just runs all the time. Could have this in update, but it's alright if we wait a frame before we do it. And we can even put in here something else. I don't think the Infinity uses up too many resources. It just checks a couple of things. It actually just checks if the player is in the host tile or in the current tile. And the host tile is the center tile of the map. So the current tile is where the player, not where the player is, but what the Infinity is using. The current tile and the host tile should always be the same. So if the player is not in the host tile, and then the current tile will move. That's what the infinity does. And then we move the map accordingly and create the illusion of an eternal map that you can run around on like a planet that you revolve around. Good. Create all is all the way down here now. In the create stuffed in the create areas. Enumerator. Good, but let's look at the math. Current coordinate x plus 1. I wonder if the bits should be plus 1. No, here the math is wrong. Cannot have this from the current coordinate. This must be in a for loop. Simple for loop. Current coordinate. Px. This would also not be good if there was if the designer puts it at the edge of the map. But that's the designer's fault. If smaller area width. This is going to be area width x equals bot left coordinates plus area width. Right? Bot left coordinates x. Not complicated at all. Plus a area width. That's the area width x. And if you reach it, then we're gonna go upwards. Now, this is in the bottom left. Remember, this is a coordinate system. That means we don't have to do too much math when we design the map. And that's exactly what we want. For example, we have a 3x3 area, but a coordinate system that goes from 0 to 2. Putting the bottom left of the 3x3 in the 0 then will work, barely, because it's 3x3, and 0, 1, 2 is then the end of it. And designer have to take that into consideration. Let's see if the math was correct or not. this looks. No. Again. Again, we're wrong. Let's check it out here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun. Wait. Then we go 3 by 3. How many tiles did we create? Can barely see here. Should give it a different color. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So these two go there. So yeah, it is still a math problem. Area widths. Column plus area widths. So this plus 3 is 2, that should work. And if we're smaller, maybe we need a -1 somewhere. And this is just now staring at math, trying to figure it out. Well, we can listen to some music doing it. Let's try this. Boom, 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 boom. And there we go, the math is on. No, it's not. What the heck is this? Also, something gets created all the way there. What is this? Oh no, it's down, but the other thing there. Where is this coming from? It doesn't want to show me. Default size. No clue. First of all, let's do a smaller one. Let's do a 6 by 6. Size is 3. Dun, dun. Good, we're looking from here. XY. Good, we're going 4. Ah, but why then is this correct? Are we not starting at the bottom left? Oh, it puts it down there. Yeah. And why isn't there a hole? because of the starting tile that also gets created. And is there already, and it will not get overridden because it's there already. Create yeah, the center tile is created. Good, so that must go in the create all. Center tile is created. Oops. And then we yield return 0. Just for fun. Zero tile prefab. Good. And then it will get... If something is wrong again. Center tile is created in the create all, but why is it created here? Don't think it makes sense. Or does it? We have the create areas. Whoop. And then we create the center tile. We wait 1 frame. And then we create the center tile. And for some reason, this is not good. Tile is created per frame. We just created one. Good. Then we have to figure out the math. Alright. Except the tile is not being created there in the center. Because we have a 0, 0 tile. And the reason the character is falling through is we used to create it first before we created other things. So we have a whole tile here, 5 meters below, in the wrong place. So now we just need to deal with the math and create the character when the center tile is being created. So in the start, never design test a group of books or files, create suggestions which can be, and we actually like this very much. Except since we're waiting here, the test character will fall through every time. I guess. We have to put this there at the end as well. Good. Which one's faster, awake or start? We're not going to use any of this. Oh, wait a minute. Enable was faster, right? Unity, material, Unity, timing of enable, start, awake. We think it's enable, then wake, and then start. Start is always called after awake and on enable for all scripts. So awake, then on enable. Awake is only called before on enable within the context of a single script. If you have multiple scripts, why do we get the frickin' AI here? Thought we turned it off. Is this Mozilla? AI is turned off, man. Frickin' hellfire. Awake is only called before on enable within the context of a single script. If you multiple script within these methods, both awake and unenable can get called for one script before both get called for another one. Oh. Good. Alright. Awake, on enable, start. Awake. Did we not have something in the clipboard? Yeah, something important. Put it. Create areas. Create all. This is create all. Map is done equals true. And then we create a test character. This makes sense. Creates a test player character which can be overridden as a popular script. Method can be part of showing off the curvature. No. Curvature is different now. This character, else host character prefab. Alright. Now, the other coroutine. Start coroutine map move. Start coroutine map move. Checks for player position. Every frame in order to keep the level centered around player character. Checks for player position. I don't know, this is not very descriptive. Checks. Positioning. Checks positioning every frame in order to keep the level centered around playing character. It's not just the player's position, it's also it's a bit more complicated. Start coroutine map move. Alright. On enable. Is somewhere else. Awake. On enable. And start. Good. I enumerate a map move. Continue to return bomb. Good. While true. Good. Turning off infinity is in the method. I don't know how descriptive is this. To turn 0. This is not an update, but in its own coroutine. To be able to define weight within execution as needed. That's descriptive enough. Good. But the glitchman is playing, and that is our cue. We did a lot of coding today, and it looks very nice. But we haven't figured out the math yet of our tiles area thingy. Which is a bit of an issue, and we're falling through again. Which we should not. I wonder if this here is causing the issue, but I doubt it. And it's really weird that we're falling through. But they get the character gets created below the tile. That's why we're falling through. Let's really quickly jump upwards. Boom, 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 boom. Hit our head here. And that is the reason why we're falling through. We're not really falling through. But this is an upper tile. Is the issue. Good, no problem. We're going to fix the math off screen or in the next stream. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for chiming in, and I'm going to see you next time. Have a good day and a good night.